During WWDC 2020, Apple had a big privacy focus on iOS 14, introducing Clipboard notifications. This is a simple alert to let you know when an app has requested access to what's being copied, ready for pasting. Some apps have been using this in its intended ways, others, well, haven't, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this video. Despite Clipboard monitoring just occurring on a device with iOS 14 installed, it goes a little more deeper than that, especially for users with more than one Apple device. For those that aren't aware or have simply forgotten about Universal Clipboard, it's a feature of the Apple ecosphere where you copy something on one Apple device and it's available for pasting on another Apple device. For example, you can copy some text from your Mac and it will magically be available for pasting on your other iOS devices, and it's a really handy feature, but at the moment it's open to potential abuse. The whole issue with apps being able to spy on your clipboard was reported to Apple way back on January 2nd, 2020 by security researchers Tal Haj-Bakri and Tommy Misk, and apologies if I've said those names wrong. According to an interview with Forbes, we submitted this bug to Apple on January 2nd, 2020. The researchers explained in their original blog, after analysing the submission, Apple informed us that they don't see any issue with this vulnerability. Another interesting point in the article, which I've listed down below, was the statement, "This is only a potential security hole with no claim that it has been exploited in the wild." Coming back to the WWDC 2020 event and the Clipboard notifications, the first high-profile app to be caught out with suspicious activity is the new darling of the social media world, TikTok. With an estimated 104 million iOS installs in the first half of 2018 alone, TikTok seemed to be popping up alerts more than anyone was really comfortable with. Twitter got a hold of the story, and needless to say, things kicked off, and TikTok were incredibly fast to issue a statement.
Following the beta release of iOS 14 on June 22, users saw notifications while using a number of popular apps. For TikTok, we were triggered by a feature designed to identify repetitive spammy behavior. We have already submitted an updated version of the app to the App Store, removing the anti-spam feature to eliminate any potential confusion. TikTok is committed to protecting users' privacy and being transparent about how our app works. We look forward to welcoming outside experts to our Transparency Centre later this year.
Personally, I really don't buy the reason of anti-spam behaviour because we've had chatbots and other server-side stuff available to do this for years. And as I record this video, more information is coming out from the hacker group Anonymous, and I'm going to be covering that in my next video. However, TikTok isn't the only social networking app taking a more than regular peek on your clipboard for potentially dubious reasons. Other culprits include 2Talk, Truecaller, Viber, Weibo, and Zoosk. Now, it's understandable you might think that news apps might be exempt from this behaviour, but nope, because ABC News, Al Jazeera English, CBC News, CBS News, CNBC, Fox News, New York Times, Reuters, Russia Today, Stern Nachrichten, The Economist, The Huffington Post, The Wall Street Journal, and Vice News have also triggered alerts. Well, at least there's no issue with games, right? I mean, they already have adverts and marketing stuff in them. Well, 8-Ball Pool, Bejeweled, Fruit Ninja, Plants vs Zombies, and PUBG Mobile have also been caught out, and some of those titles are amongst the biggest downloads on iOS. Sadly, the list doesn't stop there. Some other popular apps include AccuWeather, AliExpress, Dazen, Hotels Tonight, Hotels.com, Overstock, and many, many more. This isn't a definitive list, by the way. These are just some of the iOS apps that were reading users' keystrokes and triggering off the notification. Clipboard reading can be done the right way, and when done, and some might argue not being done by a popular app from a state-controlled country where surveillance is ever present, it's a handy feature. For example, if you copy a photo to your clipboard and open up Pixelmator Photo, Pixelmator Photo will only read the clipboard if it's an image, and if it is, Pixelmator will prompt the user to open it for editing. The best Reddit reader app on the planet, Apollo, will prompt you to open a Reddit link in Apollo when it's detected. Here's a quote from the Apollo developer himself who best explains what's happening with his app and in general. Since iOS doesn't have a mechanism to open URLs in a specific third-party app, Apollo has a feature where if you open the app with a Reddit URL on your clipboard, it'll offer to open that URL in Apollo. I think I copied this from Instapaper a while ago. This does cause a potentially creepy looking notification with Apollo sometimes, but just wanted to explain what it's doing. It's literally just like, hey iOS, is there a URL on the clipboard? Oh, there is? Is it a Reddit one? Okay, cool, then let me ask them if they want to open it. Obviously, at no point does anything else happen like it leaving the device or anything. It will show this banner even if there's not a Reddit URL because it needs to check the URL to see if it's a Reddit URL in the first place. Fair play for the transparency of a smaller dev versus the big corporates, who at this time of this video, many have yet to issue any statements about why this behaviour is happening in their apps. Are the big apps just simply going to add to their terms and conditions which we all blindly click accept to get around this? Should we be worried that some of the most popular apps which have exhibited this behaviour have come from a country where security and privacy is something that's long been forgotten? In fact, we're in a generation now where privacy seems to be forgotten in this Facebook and TikTok age. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts down below. Are you quite happy giving up a level of privacy to enjoy the apps, or do you think that it's time that Apple become more aggressive in stopping this happening? Please do consider doing the whole like, subscribe, share thing. A huge thank you to my Patreon followers, and I've many other videos on my channel, not all Apple related. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, ta-da!